Number 2 is not the goal. Number 1, lock and load. Hall of Fame, rock and roll. Call my name, Hoffa. Goals. It's Hoffa. Trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.
What was supposed to happen was the dynasty. This is what he kept saying. I got a dynasty right now with you, Gil, Major Figgas, Beanie Sigel. I got a dynasty right now. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what was going on, though, behind the scenes with him and Un. So when him and Un was, fighting, we don't know. So we take the deal with Un and still go watch football with Dame and Hov over right down the street because we was on 23 East Madison Avenue.
Why'd you take the deal with Un if Jay-Z was requesting you so much?
We took the deal because
I want you to take your time and
no,
think
he
about...
was interested in Major Figgas. He wasn't talking about Dutch and Spade.
Oh, okay. So Dutch and Spade was a separate...
Yeah. So I always was smart enough to know that you don't have to do one thing when 3 things are optional. Mm. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So why would I, you know what I'm saying? It's like you making a sandwich. Sometimes you don't just want mustard on it. You feel what I'm saying? So when he asked, we were already, I signed my deal with Un in 97. I was 17 years old. My mother had to sign my contract. I wasn't even old enough to sign the contract. I was already booked in. What happened was he lost his situation, his overhead situation with Epic. Mm. So we had to sit for a little bit. But we still were locked into the contract. Mm. Hov, at this time, was still my brother at this time. Like, I fucked with Hov to the point where it was like, nigga, we would go see this nigga and rap for this nigga in hours. Hov would rap. Like, it was Jadakiss, Hov, all of us. Like, you gotta remember, all of this shit started. It's when you telling a story, it goes like it's, no, this simultaneously, this shit is happening. Mm-hmm. I was in Yonkers in the beginning of 97 with Kissing Them. Mm-hmm. Me and Bump was supposed to sign the Rough Riders. Mm-hmm. I just needed the money so bad that unoffered the situation before we could get the Rough Rider situation going.
There's the answer. There's the answer.
Right. So that's how it, you know what I'm saying? Niggas needed the money.
Right.
And me being on the run and my mom being on the situation that she was, I needed the money now.
Right.
I couldn't keep being out Southwest and not have no motherfucking chipperoni and cheese. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't have no paper because at the end of the day, my OGs, Dana Black and Stevie G and all them, they was, they had pecan jags at the time and this and that. And it's like, you gotta have what you talking about. So I need to get some fucking money because I can't keep rapping about if my watch was a Rollie, would you like that?
Keep up with these.
Hey man, what you mean? No, I kept up with me. Right. I was rapping about having a Rollie and I ain't have no fucking Rollie. What the fuck you mean? I'm trying to, at this point.
The young guys.
Niggas wasn't 17 with no Rollies.
Yeah, y'all niggas was targets, bro. If I got in a cypher with you and I see you talking about some shit and I look you up and down, oh, nah, you're a target.
So I tried to change the trajectory on that because we knew that it was guys like you that we had to come to New York and deal with.
Right.
So by the time we got to New York, all that shit was settled. It was rolling money, it was car money. My first car was a CLK 430 that me and my homies used to ride around in. You feel what I'm saying? Right. My first watch was a motherfucking presidential Rolex.
Right. So Sparks,
I never was into all that.
Never.
I used to throw my rock chain. I treated it like the feds was coming to get me. I don't like none of this attention. If you look, my Lincolns, everything I had when I got some money, I gave it to people and let my lady. I was married. Let my wife have it. Anything go wrong, something show at the house, pick the kids up, send the money over. It was just like that. And my
Spark,
18
stop
seater.
bullshitting. You had a Jacob. Stop that.
Oh no, they was gifts. They were all gifts. I'm sure. Of course, I wore the diamonds. That was Hoffa them looking out. I say, I would take the gifts.
Right.
I would take the
Yeah,
gifts.
but your shit was crazy.
Yeah, it
like
was
you had a
nice.
nice wheel,
Yeah.
nice watch, all that. Don't you sit
No.
there acting like you ain't give a fuck. You had a Jacob.
I care now. Like today, I might go do something.
You know how hard it
I
was
got
to get a
credit
fucking
score.
Jacob?
My credit score was 800 now. I'm ready to go act up.
But do you know how hard it was to get a Jacob?
No,
You
at
had a
that time-
fucking Jacob on.
But that's because we with the Rock, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why I don't get into it about that kind of stuff. So when you see people arguing and stuff, it's like, man, that man just changed my life. Now, the only thing is I never talked about the Jews and stuff like that, but I think I gave it a shout out to you. I was talking about the Lockman because I came up, it's funny you said that because I became a watch guy. I used to love the watches. I used to love the
Did you
watches.
say Lockman?
The Lockman, I had the
Oh
Lockmans.
my God! No, we had Lockmans.
Yeah.
We had the motherfucking.
I think I had a Breitling. That shit my man got robbed, and then I lost the Lockman in the fight. I lost my Lockman in the fight in the club.
Quorum, remember the quorums?
Yeah. Don't you can't be fighting with all that shit.
Yeah.
on.
No, you can't
but
fight with
I
the
didn't know.
rollie
I
on.
didn't know how. So I'm supposed to have insurance or put that in the safe deposit pot. Nobody's telling me this. Nobody's telling me. So I'm just taking L after L after L.
Yeah, because at that time we didn't
I
care
felt
about
like
having
the
a
Eagles back in the
toaster with us.
in the earlier days. I said, oh man. I said, oh
Yeah,
man.
so that's where the separation came in at though, Math. It was like we was just a few years ahead of the state property situation. So what happens is Hove offers us a situation, right? Now we just did a deal over at Warner Brothers for Major Figgas. And they had gave us a shitload of money over at Warner Brothers. So
What's a shitload of money?
a shitload of money, bro.
Come on, man. What's a shitload of money, man?
We had. I want to say because I want to have an accurate number for you. I don't want to do no cap and crunch.
You don't want to put the sprinkles on.
Yeah, I don't want to put no sprinkles on it. So it was probably 500,000.
500,000.
Right? For young niggas at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, meaning what we were able to use for the album and stuff like that, which
That's a budget.
we thought was our money.
Yeah.
It's not your money.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everything's
at the end of the day,
equivalent.
I had 5
It's a
record
loan.
deals.
It's a loan.
Yeah, I had 5 record deals in my time, and most of them joints was 30,000, 50,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So it was, as a young nigga, you thinking, oh, we get a chance to touch the over compensation money. But what was supposed to happen was when you do a deal and you do a 3-album deal, the contract is supposed to go whatever's in that 3-album deal, home, car, yada, yada, yada. You're supposed to get that. You turn the album in, renegotiation. Turn the album in, renegotiation. They didn't teach us that. So just to move on to what was going on, Hove offered us a deal. Us and Beanie Sigel, Major Figgas and Beanie Sigel. It was supposed to be the Dynasty. So the first record that we recorded was Philly. It was a record called the P, the A, Philly, right? And when Hove heard me say what I said, he was like, yo, we got to do this, right? And then he was going to do the M, the A, the R, the C, the Y, you know, just to make it work. When he offered us the money, it was $11,000 that he was offering each Major Figga with opportunity. Because I don't want to slander the 11,000. I want to say it was with opportunity. Right. And what we didn't understand was we were selling a lot of merchandise in the neighborhood. MF t-shirts, everybody had one of them joints. It wasn't a person in Philly that didn't buy it.
Right.
So what he was doing was he was offering us opportunity. When you're young, you don't understand that opportunity is just as good as money.
Right. You didn't see the value of the opportunity.
No,
you were just looking for the money.
And I didn't see that him and the fat boy was, you know what I'm saying, going through their shit. So it's still simultaneously that him and was going through their shit.
So what's going on from your side at that time?
What, Roc-A-Fella?
Yeah. You stayed out of a lot of shit, didn't you, bro?
Yeah, because
like,
I was always in my own crisis. Every time I come sit down with the big guy, I'm sitting there like, hey guys, what do you need from me?
Clap it up for that.
Every time, like, what do you need? What do you need? What I owe you? But like, my whole thing was just like, man, you know, my home front was important. You know what I mean? And that was going on. I had a lot of stuff going on. But I knew I couldn't make that conflict with my business. You know what I'm saying? So I knew how to separate the two. All right, just be on time because corporate America showing me a different situation from the hood. So I'm just paying attention to that kind of stuff and just, you know, that's how I stayed. And I stayed in the studio. Me and Guru would be in there sleeping in there all night. You know what I mean? So that's why
Salute to Goo, man.
Yeah, that's
my
why
guy.
State Property 1, State Property 2 I'm in there doing hooks and verses, and by the time they get there, the album's done.
But I didn't even know Goo knew me.
Oh yeah,
And Guru walked up on me and was like, Dutch, man, nigga, I'm not far from you. I'm from Delaware.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yep.
He like, yeah.
But we had to pay back millions of dollars too. I think they let us mess around. I think the budget was 3.5 or something like that, you know, periods and all that kind of stuff too. Like he was talking about.
Hold on, for the prop, y'all had 3.5?
Nah, that was just me and O. Our period deals. It was just
Hold
me and O.
the fuck up.
Yeah.
Hold up. You and O.
Dutch about to lose his shit, bro.
No, because
yeah, man. That's what happens, man. Read the paperwork, my nigga.
That's what
Read the paperwork.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let
Then we never did get to
I
drop the
ain't-
album.
yeah,
That's what I was like. I'm like, because I knew it was a loan, but you know, let me
I
do
just
something
moved
more with the
on.
money.
Listen,
And you gonna
that
make
shit
yours
right
the
there, he
first
just
week.
said,
nigga,
I
that's
just
the first
bought a
week.
house on Stressing Street. This shit is bad.
But nah, that's what we had going on. So, you know, unfortunate, you know, my partner was getting in trouble and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
unfortunate.
yeah, you know, he was getting in trouble, but I can't stop that kind of stuff, you know, because I can only control what you're doing around me on my watch. When guys are grown, they leave out you ain't in my presence, then they do what they do. So it's like, it was hard.
I'm gonna say it again. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Because he went through some stuff too, so it was like, dang, man, but I wouldn't change none of that for the world, because them guys changed my life, like I said, you know. And I didn't even know all that was going on. The rap beef was all that. But that was what it was.
You was in your own world. What was happening?
That's because I'm, you know, like I said, I'm from a different part of the city. So I was just taking care of home. I ain't gonna hold you, I think I was married at that time, you know what I mean? So
Back then?
I had a baby, you know what I'm saying? I had just had a son. Yeah, I just had my son, Omillio. So I was just like on that, you know. And then it was like, then the house got robbed and all that. They just coming through the crib and all that. That's what they told me. I don't know how true it was, but I made sure I picked the family up after that. You know what I mean? So all that kind of stuff was going on.
You
so
said you don't know if it's true?
Well, that's what they told me. So when she said that,
What do you mean? What do you mean that's what they told you? What do you mean?
that's what it had to be. She called. Because sometimes people don't believe everything. But I come from the area, believe none of what you have, what you see sometimes.
Right.
But when the wife told me that happened, I was just like, all right, really, I'm going to put them all up. So I had that kind of stuff going on about taking care of family. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was important. So family first, the rest, you know. And that's to take care of it. So you know I got to come do my job. I mean, you can't do the job if you think they not right.
Right.
So you always pick them up.
So what?
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.